Apparently I'm live. I don't see the counter. There it is. We are live. Back on the YouTube, playing the craft of war in the world. Don't ask me what that meant, but it made sense to me. No, actually, I was first. You're late. You're second. Adolfo Lagunas. How are you doing today? Let me just zoom in my chat so I could see what is happening. I've been cleaning, playing guitar, working on writing some songs, worked on a few YouTube uploads as well. But this right here is one of the things I enjoy the most. Just doing nothing and streaming. Oof, I feel betrayed. Alright, either ways, thanks. You know, I'm in there. Who betrayed you? A friend? A lover?
Foes of the forest, beware.
So I'm gonna go ahead and accept these daily quests. I kind of always like to explain what I'm doing just in case people care, which is not too many. But I still do it anyways, because believe it or not, I have some people that don't join the live streams due to time differences, but they like to watch the playbacks, and sometimes they like to be caught up to speed on what is going on in the World of Warcraft. So I like to kind of explain it so people understand, for the few people that'll do it. Like I said, whether I'm doing this for one person or 1,000, I'm going to stream and talk the same, right? I don't want to change just because there's barely anybody in here, right? I always treat it like it's a big deal. So we are in Ardenweald, which all of this is the new Shadowlands expansion that released a few months ago. And of course, you probably know dailies. They're repeatable quests. And that's what's happening here at the little hub where I'm at. But I also have some new quests as well. Because my renown, like my level with the faction that I chose, or the Covenant rather, has gone up, so that unlocks more regular quests, which you can see here. Night Fae campaign, so I chose the Night Fae. There's like different ones. So like each province, if you will, has their own like Covenant. Just to keep it simple. So I'm just looking over here quickly. That sounded painful. Hello, Derek. Hello, Connor. Hello, Jack. Thank you. How are you all doing today? I actually feel really relaxed now, which is always naturally a good thing. A good thing for the people watching, to have the streamer all calm and feeling serenity now. And I've been thinking I'm always first. I just realized well, that's it. That's just how fast I am. Oh, you don't feel betrayed. Naughty, naughty. Alright, what was I doing? I got distracted. That happens. Okay, first of all, I can't guarantee anything, but I am going to queue up for a battleground. I do a random and an epic. Again, the difference between the two is an epic is 80 players in a map ravaging one another, and a random battleground is a minimum of 20 to about 30 people. So what makes it epic is the sheer amount of people. That's what's happening there. May I ask what game you're playing? It's World of Warcraft. Hello. I'll just call you Duke, because it's easier. AKZ Duke Nuke. Yeah, it's just World of Warcraft. Nothing. I lost. That's a good way to start the stream. A complete epic fail. But I still leveled up my companions, so it's not a complete loss. Let's go ahead and actually do this one. These are just my followers. It's kind of like a... not quite a mini game, but you just kind of, you know, just drag them and send them on quests. They do their thing. They can bring you back some items. I don't usually get too invested in the companion stuff as time goes on, like from expansion to expansion, but I still do them just to be active, especially now that I've been disciplined in only playing one character and not like half a dozen. Could you imagine? I used to play like half a dozen characters at a time. I would spend like 2 hours a day on each character. It's like 12 hours a day. That's fine. It's a crate indeed. Unless you have another name you'd like me to call you. No, well, it's your name. Well, that's the thing. This game, you know, look at me trying to sell it on you, right? I like it for streaming because there's like... What's relaxing? Not the name I'm talking about. Right, the game is relaxing. I gathered that. Because it's got a blend. Calming music, even though it's not on too loud. Some questing. Alright, let's go over there and see what's happening. So in the meantime, while the timer is counting, I'll just go and do something really quick. Again, this isn't like Call of Duty where you sign up for a match. Well, actually it is. You queue up for a game. The difference is it's generally fairly instant in Call of Duty. World of Warcraft, due to population balancing and what have you, there's unfortunately approximately a 10-minute wait in between battlegrounds. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. It's never really been instant. It's just a game that requires more patience. That's all it is. But it allows for casual questing. You can turn on and off world PvP. Like, there's just a little bit of everything. It's not, like, too high action like Call of Duty that I feel like I can't breathe. Like I said, I can only play so much Call of Duty in a stream. And then I have to ignore the chat, like I said, the entire time. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but the chat is never really ever booming. On a good day, I'll average up to 12 people in a stream. But even after doing this live streaming for almost a year, my average tends to be around half a dozen people. And it's usually always the same people. So, you get a few new faces here and there. I do get a lot of subscribers every month from the live streams alone. However, the average views in the streams aren't going up. My channel is, as a whole, as I've mentioned several times, just not the live streams, and that's just the way it is. I mean, I just deal with it. You're new? Welcome. Are you new to YouTube, or do you YouTube yourself? I used to have weird names for certain characters and stuff I used to play. So this is pretty simple, straightforward. I kill enemies. I'm looking for loot. It's really that simple. Questing for my main campaign in the game. All the while, again, waiting for that queue to pop. We're already halfway through the queue. So maybe another 5 or 6 minutes and I'll get into a battleground. And then what'll usually sometimes happen is once you're in one battleground, right? The other one goes on standby, if you will. Like, you don't get kicked out of the queue, but the timer doesn't keep counting down. If you know what I mean. So if I join a random battleground, I'll never be asked if I want to join the epic while I'm in the random, if that makes any sense. And then once I'm done my match, it will continue me in priority sequence. It's not like I start back from the beginning. So that tends to make things a little quicker. So once I get a battleground in or so going, it's not too bad. Hello, Stotts. How's it going? Oh, you're new to the channel. I just thought I'd ask. How are you doing there, Stotts? I saw you were playing some GTA 5 there earlier. Oh, it's not so much I confused you with someone else. There was just somebody else that sometimes comes in the chat. Not too bad. Whose name has Laguna-ish kind of a name to it. La Luna, Laguna, something. Alright, well, we don't need to kill this person. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm actually subscribed to World of Warcraft for a month to give it a shot and see if it's something I want to do long term. I played a little bit on my own today. I am in a queue for BG. It should hopefully pop in a few minutes for some PvP action. And in the meantime, I am working on the main story campaign, like my storyline for my character. So that's what's happening. Find Azelor. Nice. Yeah, it's a fun game. I've never done online too much. Like, I mean, I did in the beginning there, like 7-8 years ago when the game came out. Thank you, Duke. I'm in class right now, but I'm not doing work instead of... Oh, boy. Well, if your teacher could kindly take your phone or laptop and place me at the front of the classroom, that would be greatly appreciated. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Because if the last thing you want, I don't know what grade you're in, but is like, oh, did you see that? And, you know, I drop an F-bomb or something. That can be pretty nuclear. Especially for a teacher. I remember in class, I dropped a few F-bombs, and, yeah, they didn't like that.
Azelor, I fear
Which, I mean, I can understand, but...
He deserved better than this.
I still feel like they made a bigger deal out of it than what it was. So I'm just looking for some dead
Nero was the
NPC
fiercest
corpses.
among us. She would never have knelt to the trust.
Oh, it's online. Right, you're doing the virtual because of COVID. That corona bitch. No, not all teachers are bad, but there's very few laid-back teachers. You know how old I am? You know how many schools I've been to? You know how many teachers I've met? It's not normal to find a really laid-back teacher that won't make you feel like you murdered someone for swearing in class. Not that you're supposed to do that, I'm just saying. Okay, good. I was hoping I didn't have to go far to find this person.
Terrorist.
Yes, I did, yeah. Hello, Haruki. How are you doing today? Oh, I can imagine. The things I've been called... some things I don't want to say in the stream, but... Take a wild guess. But one of the dumbest things I've ever been called to the principal's office for was having a Kurt Cobain Nirvana t-shirt. Because I was in school the year he died, which was in 1994. I was in high school. So I had a t-shirt. I had the long blonde hair and all that, which I did for a long time. And it was like a shirt in memory of him. There's nothing wrong with the shirt. It was just his face, Kurt Cobain, 1967 to 1994. And I had a little pendant, like a miniature little pendant. And it was a bullet casing. Like a very tiny one. It's, you know, it's not like I had a grenade around my neck. And the teacher noticed it and started spazzing out and said, you need to go to the principal's office. This is unacceptable. You're wearing the T-shirt there, to Kurt Cobain. Now you got a little bullet around your neck. It's like, oh my god, it's a pendant. Like, for the love of God.
She yet breathes. But what have they done to her?
Okay, so we turned that in, see how that worked? We turned that in.
You and report to Lord Hearn.
And then what do we do?
To safety.
We accept the battleground queue, so you see how it just flows. Female student from corporal punishment, but I don't really think that applied at that school. Lucky. Wait to wear uniforms? Yeah, no, I didn't wear uniforms. I would have castrated all members of the faculty that would have tried to make me abide by a dress code. In all fairness, I was going to a Catholic school, but it's a Kurt Cobain t-shirt. It's not like I had a t-shirt of Jeffrey Dahmer with like a pendant with like a human brain and some intestines. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Where do you draw that line? And the problem with drawing the line in life with like what's a joke, what's not a joke, what's going too far, what's not going far enough, is it too deep, is it too shallow, is it too hot, is it too cold, is literally just like the temperature of water or food. If it's too spicy, I could find something warm and it's burning your hand. It's all about perspective, right? Who decides where that line gets drawn in the sand? Where exactly is that line? I'm just saying. I don't think there was anything wrong. It's not like the bullet I had around my neck was alive or anything like that. I mean, there's kids that go to school with guns. I just had a little empty shell thing. It was something I had been wearing for years, actually. It was just one of those things I liked wearing. It was just that simple. But because of the news of Kurt Cobain and all that at the time with the shotgun, right? I kind of felt like the teacher wanted to make a point. And just in case you're wondering, I never took the chain off. I never did. I gave him the one finger salute, and I said, if you want to expel me from school for having a pendant, go right ahead, and I'll just take you to the school board. And so they never did anything. But they gave me a hard time about it. But who cares? What are they going to do? You know what I mean? Absolutely nothing. Wow, we're stomping these bitches. This guy's name is North Opia. Well, he just went South Opia. You see what I did there? Alright, I guess I'll stealth. She punched her teacher, got suspended. Well, yeah, that's different, punching the teacher. I decided to wear pants instead of a skirt when I was in junior. I got caned. Yeah, that's because the perverts wanted to see you in the skirt. It's considered taboo to wear a t-shirt with beer logo on it in school, but I don't think teachers would say much to you unless it was blatant. Yeah. I mean, it's because it's promoting it. It's just the world being so soft. You know, like, you see someone wearing a t-shirt with a you know, an alcoholic beverage on it. I could promise you this. It doesn't take the t-shirt to make me want to drink. And I haven't drank in 20 years. It's not like I'm going to see someone with a t-shirt and go, oh my god, I have been hypnotized. I must have vodka. Like, what? You know, the whole, like, you get influenced, and when you're into something, like alcohol or cigarettes, you don't need a fucking commercial or someone wearing a t-shirt of the product for you to go, oh yeah, that's right, I'm a smoker. Shit, it's been about an hour. I think I should light one up right about now. I'm just saying. The amount of shit people try to control you with is unreal. Here's what you can say. Here's what you can't say. Here's where you have to sit. Here's how you have to sit. Here's what you have to wear. Here's what you have to look like. Like what? I used to do security. I used to run a security company. But before I got that high up in the chain, I used to have really long black hair, right? And I had long black hair. It was all nice and neat, and it was hooked behind my ears, and it went right above my shoulders. And it looked very clean, because it did. But I'm a guy, right? I'm a guy. And I had earrings. So they used to tell me that I have to take my earrings out, and they tried to tell me I had to cut my hair. I was like, really? Why does little Miss Brittany get to keep her earrings, and she gets to keep her long hair? Mind explaining that to me? Is it because I have a penis that I'm... You know what I mean? I can't have hair a certain length because my genitalia? So I've always been the kind to argue that kind of shit. All the time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. His little fear. They always run or try to distract me and then they walk away from me. It's very rude. Bitch slapped into the ground. Oh, I forgot I was bleeding. I'm not too bad. Noah, how are you doing? A sloth in 3rd grade. Oh. And the Moonfire nuked her ass. Oh, really? I never got offended, but I used to attack kids that used to bully other people. Or myself when I got older. Just so I had an excuse to punch people. Because teachers back in my day, if you reported bullying and you were a guy, they just basically, essentially laughed at you. They didn't do shit. They didn't do nothing. The worst threat I ever got in school was someone said they wanted to stab me and they had a knife. The teachers were warned about it. They did absolutely nothing. No word of a lie. They did absolutely nothing. It took my dad, who I told, I said, if I get in trouble, I want you to know it was defense because I have someone threatening me with a knife. And the school is just, you know, laughing, saying, oh, you're always getting into trouble. It's like, I'm not the one bringing weapons to fucking school threatening people, so you can say what you want. And that's the kind of teachers I used to deal with. So my dad had to call the cops on the perpetrator, and lo and behold, he was caught with a knife. The cops came, they seized his locker, and he had a little Rambo knife. But I mean, it's Canada. Nothing happens in Canada. Like I said before. People talk in Canada. They don't really do shit. Had it been the US, that would have been a different thing. I would have brought an AK-47 to school. Because you're allowed to do that over there. But yeah, so I've just never really had good experiences in school. I've always been the nice guy that got along with everybody. Didn't matter what group you were in, emo, prep, goth, all that bullshit. I just didn't give a shit. But I used to watch people separate themselves based on how people dressed. I thought that was the most fucking ridiculous thing I'd ever seen in my life. Oh, this guy likes to wear all black. I'm gonna hang out with him. Why? Because your clothes match? You think all of a sudden you're gonna socially be on board with everything? Doesn't work that way. Does not work that way at all. Needless to say, I hated school with a passion. Oh, did they? School can be a lot of bullshit. Yeah. Well, school is good to stick with at least through high school, but like I've said before, I was advised by the counselor, psychologist, to drop out. And then I tried going back years later, but it was kind of complicated, so I never did. Then I started YouTubing. Yeah, me, I used to just get in trouble all the time. But I'm being very serious. I never, ever, ever started anything. But if you didn't know me... And we won. And why does that matter? Because I'm getting that daily conquest again, which is so important. Very, very important. That's how I get the absolute best gear in the game. And it could take a while to get up there. So I just got 40 for doing a regular battleground, just to give you a bit of perspective. Any battleground I do moving forward, I only get 15. Not really productive, considering how much time it takes to go in a queue. And all this kind of stuff. So what I normally do is I'm trying to do a routine where every single day I at least do my daily conquest. After a week, when everything resets, I've capped for the week my conquest. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you do that one daily, that's part of that maintenance grind I was talking to you about. But yeah, no, for real though, in high school, I get asked this quite a few times. How was I in school? You'd be surprised. Like I said, I was very laid back, very nice to everybody. Didn't matter if you were a nerd. You know how it is in school. Like I said, with the whole like social groups, it's just so messed up. Never understood it, but whatever. Then again, I don't generally understand people. Period. It's definitely not my strong point. I just generally don't see things the way most people do. But I still manage to get along with most people I meet. Alright, fine, I'll just hearth. They sent a student to the principal for coughing during a test, and the kid was sick. Oh yeah, I've heard of ridiculous things too. Things that boggle my mind. That just don't make sense. Let's see something here. Yeah, so I've got some... See what I mean? See how I didn't have to wait 10 minutes for the next battleground? Because it held my priority spot, right? So now I'm able to do an epic battleground in just a moment. I just want to turn this in quickly. I have about a minute before it would time me out and kick me out.
The wild hunt, the Drust's curse will soon bend
Nice.
to their will.
I got the brace. Let me just enter. I just got a new pair of... Oh! This one. This one brings back a lot of memories from Wrath of the Lich King. So I've got 151, and it just got replaced with 177 bracers. So I was 161 yesterday, and I'm now 165.
Thrall Hall.
You know.
Strength.
Take that as you will. It's not a huge upgrade, but... If I win this, I'll get 150 conquests. So the catch-up mechanic, you normally, I think, get 1,500 a week? I forget the amount. But anyhow, I'm already at 100. 7,000, I think, is how much I've missed since the season started in PvP. So if I get about 40 or 50 conquests a day... Imagine how long it would take for me to get up to 7,000. That would be to get caught up. Because there's a catch-up mechanic in the game that allows you to get caught up. Because generally speaking, you're not allowed to get more than 1,500 at a time. And that's to prevent people from powering up too fast and give a chance to other people that can't dedicate 55 hours a day to have a fair chance. No, they didn't have corporal punishment. So this is winter grasp. I kind of want to do some boring storytelling about winter grasp. So winter grasp is just that. It's a grasp in the winter. It's, here's the map. Okay? You got Sholazar Basin over here. You've got the old Dalaran over there. Borean Tundra over the mountains here. So this used to be a part of your map. I can actually show it to you later if you're curious. In Wrath of the Lich King. It was one of those, like, world battlegrounds, if that makes any sense. Like, battlegrounds are all instance. You've got people from all different servers and all that coming together in an enclosed area. There's only so many people that can be in here. Right here, there's 80 people. It's not like people can just come in and out as they please, right? You have to queue for it. But there, every so many hours back in the day, over a dozen years ago, this used to be a place that would get attacked or defended every so many hours. And you would get a lot of honor if you won. And that you could literally just drop in and out at will. You could see, like, people, like, flying by and... You know what I mean? It was a part of, like, your world kind of thing. Anyhow, so because the battle was pretty famous... They turned it into a battleground. Oh yeah, this guy's got the gear. See what I'm saying? Right here, I'm actually glad this is happening. You see how I was... Well, I mean, I'm at full health, but I guess I'm not getting my ass kicked. But how I was on the verge of getting my ass kicked? You see how that happened? That's not because I suck and I don't know what I'm doing. That's the whole gearing again. That one character almost took the two of us out at the same time. Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt here. Big time. Remember, I've been gone for 3 months. I cannot be the superhero I was last expansion. I got a couple of people kicking my ass that are well geared. However, it took a while for me to actually die. So... You got bullied from friends on the 360 because I had a Black Ops and they had World at War. The only reason they made fun of me was because they said they're OGs. Yeah, people will pick on you, make fun of you for the stupidest thing. You're too fat, you're too skinny. Just everything. People always have something to go on about. And it's usually the people that are hung up on going on about something that you might have. Even if it's true. They probably have something going on with themselves and they use it as a distraction to bring other people down so they could feel a little bit better about themselves. I mean, it's one thing to joke around and go, hey, check that guy out. He kind of looks like Conan or whatever, you know, if the guy's got like really high hair or something like that. But when you're constantly all the time over and over just going on about something, that to me is, that's a problem. Because these people that I used to meet that were bullies, they were always say and do the same thing day in, day out, all the time. Like, kind of like the trolls. They come in, they always say the same fucking copy and paste bullshit. It's never anything original. Ever. Not once. I'm still waiting for the day for that to happen. Definitely, I gotta say, since I've been streaming around supper time, at least Eastern Standard Time, there's a hell of a lot less people in the stream. On average. These numbers are as low as when I first started streaming. But I'm not going to change the time frame just because of that. Like I said, I just don't really enjoy streaming twice a day as much as I used to. It's just too much work, to be honest. To me, even once a day can be a lot. And I got killed by a rocket launcher. Mexican sandwich. I love the hot sauce too. I should have been born Mexican. I love everything about the culture, how they're known for their music, and the nice food. Because as a Canadian, I'm just not into bacon and maple syrup. I'm not. Some nasty ass shit. I mean, I like bacon, but that shit's not healthy. You know what I mean? It's terrible. It tastes good, but that's about it. Anyhow, you kind of get a bit of an idea as to what the winter grasp looks like. Right. Yeah, it's definitely making a difference, but, and you know, I get this. Some people will be like, well, you got to be more consistent. And I'm like, back off, bitch. I've been consistent for 9 months where I was doing 2 p.m., 8 p.m., 7 days a week, all the time. But because of my life, because I'm on disability, and I do use that as an excuse, absolutely. And with me not feeling well most of the time, just because I don't go on bitching about it 24/7 doesn't mean that I'm not feeling something pretty negative. Like the chair I'm sitting in. My streams have to be a little bit dynamic, and I get that it helps when you have a schedule and it's fixed, because then people just know when to expect you. There's a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot, but there's a decent amount of people that have said they would watch me, but they just never get the notification that I'm streaming. How can you watch something when you don't know what's going on? How can you tune in to someone if you don't know when they're going to be there? So I totally get that, right? Like I said, right now I'm just kind of experimenting still with live streaming. And again, it's not to be a crybaby. I'm just being quite honest. I'm very, very peculiar with my time, and I do enjoy doing this, but like I said, once I go on the 1 year mark, which is kind of coming up soon, if I don't average at least like 10 people a stream, I'm definitely probably going to switch it to just like once or twice a week. Definitely not once or twice a day. That is definitely going to stop. And I also may potentially switch over to Twitch. Twitch over to Switch. Switch over to Twitch. We'll see. I've always said it from the beginning, and I'll say it again, and I sound like a broken record. I've always enjoyed, as a platform, functionality-wise, Twitch over YouTube. I've never liked YouTube. I never have, and I don't think I ever will unless some big changes come. The streaming on YouTube is absolute garbage. The only reason I do it is because it does make my channel more active, because I'm doing something extra. This right here is actually helping the algorithm. Do you know what I mean? I'm already at almost 60 views for my live stream. There's not 60 people in here, but 60 people have watched it. Remember, I get paid on how many people watch, not on how many people stick around. Oh yeah, I'm getting my ass beat by this guy. They always vanish and run away. Like scared little fucking bitches. There he is. He's all the way over there. He's like, Mama, it hurts. The bear clawed me. He mangled my ass. I must run. And then he'll recover, and then he'll come back 2 minutes later, and he'll pull the same bullshit. But yeah, so by the 1 year mark, I'm thinking of either switching to weekends or doing Twitch. Twitch is more painful in the sense that nobody really watches me on Twitch. Even when I was very steady, I had a schedule and everything for Twitch. Just nobody came. And my followers on Twitch just didn't go up at all. Everybody that followed me on Twitch were people from YouTube. I never, ever, ever, ever got a single new follower on Twitch that was actually from Twitch. Do you see what I'm saying? Because there is no algorithm on Twitch. That's kind of the scary thing about Twitch. I find it's a lot harder to make a dent, to make a name for yourself on Twitch than it is on YouTube. At least I think so. Spanish is your language? La comida muy buena. Huh? La tortilla muy buena. Nope. Nope, Canadian food's not really good for you. Wait, what the hell? I don't want to repeat what I fucking give up. Stood at the goddamn workshop the whole time. Welcome to the Horde. Piss on you, Blizz. I hope you see this. And then someone said, are you ISIS? What does that have to do with anything? I'm not ISIS, I'm Sissy. Oh, Jesus. I don't generally read the chat. That's not something that's ever really changed. But yeah. Yeah, so I might do Twitch. Uh-oh. What'd you do now? Yeah, so this is kind of a slow battleground. As you can see, it's not always, like, fast-paced. It is a much bigger battleground. People are spread out a lot more. There's a lot of strategic elements, like a lot of defending and stuff like that. You're not always going to constantly just get into fights all the time. But yeah, I think Twitch might be kind of cool. I just like the whole UI, the platform. How people can search by game. And if you search by the person that's the biggest loser on there, I'll be at the top of the list. You'll be able to see that I have nobody. And that's the thing. Most people just want to watch the more popular streamers. But more popular doesn't always necessarily mean better or funnier. Trust me, I know. I've seen people with huge numbers. And to be honest, they kind of suck. I didn't see anything special about them at all. Yeah, those cannons hurt. Oh boy. You're Mexican. I could have sworn you said you were African American. I'm confused now. I'm like 99% sure the other day you said you were African American. Now you're Mexican. What the hell's going on here? Race change only happens in World of Warcraft. Like I used to be a night elf, now I'm a Zandalari troll, you know? Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy either if my tablet got dropped. No, I believe you, but didn't you say you were African American the other day? I could have sworn you did. Oh boy. I'm really confused. I don't know if there's anybody else in here that remembers him saying that. Holy shit. That hurt, getting run over by a tank. Alright. Oh, I know that. It's like I could technically be Japanese if I was born in Japan. Of course, it's like Canadian. You could be Canadian, you could be Chinese, like, you know, your ancestry and all that. Like, your race is what I mean, but like, yeah. Too much thinking, it hurts my brain. Right. You were born in the US. So you're American then. This is where I'm getting confused. What makes you Mexican? I feel bad for, like, questioning someone saying there's something, but it's just so that I understand too, right? I've been out of school for a long time, but I'm like me, I'm Canadian because I was born in Canada. But my ancestry, my blood, is I'm Slavic, like Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, and I'm French. Right? It's like I was just saying a moment ago. What's rude is when you see someone who's black and you're like, oh, they're African. Well, I mean, see what they're saying there, but if they were born in Canada, they're Canadian. They're just as Canadian as anybody else, right? Regardless of their skin color. But yeah, sure, their ancestry, of course, probably like African, obviously. So now this is the part where I'm fucking confused. Right? Because if he's like, I'm Mexican, but I'm black and I was born in the US, I'm like, fuck. I have to sit here and think and go, okay, so he's just what he said he was. That's where the whole African American, right? Yeah. Yeah, your family. Okay, yeah, you have family. Yeah. Hey, simmer down, cowboy. I was just asking. Curiosity doesn't mean it's a big deal. Yeah, this is definitely not going good in this battleground. We're not going to be winning this one. I can promise you that. Generally not a good idea to attack these. I thought it would still be a good idea. Ah, but I have somebody else hitting me. Nice. I got the 10 of 10. Aha, 150 conquest, bitch. That's huge. So even though I lost this battleground, probably. Look at that, I'm taking on a tank. If I was fully geared, I probably would have killed him. Okay, so I'm not the only one that's confused then. I'm not trying to say I'm black, okay, but I thought you said you were. But again, it doesn't matter. But it is curiosity simply because I'm confused. Right? That's the only reason I'm asking the question, so that I can understand. I'm glad Haruki's confused. I hope Stotts is too, because... Oh yeah, this is a bust. An absolute bust. But I don't really care. I got mine. Oh, wow. I got spotted. What? Okay, Stotts. If someone's African American, they were born in the U.S., that makes sense. But when you throw in I'm Mexican, then I guess they're like a mix. They're African American Mexican. That means that they have a parent that's like Mexican and another parent that's African American. That's the only thing I can think of. Seriously. That's the only thing I could think of. And the only reason I'm making a big deal out of it is because when a person brings it up and I don't understand something, well, obviously I'm going to inquire about it because I'm curious. I'm curious by nature. If nobody mentions it, I'm not going to start randomly asking. It's not like I'm, asking, are you French? Are you this? Are you that? Like, it doesn't bother me. But if you bring it up and you say one thing one day and then it sounds like you're another race the next day, I'll be like, hey, wait, didn't that guy say this? No, I'm saying yesterday's thoughts. Yesterday. Or the day before. The other day he said he was African American. Hence the confusion. Because today, it's different. Yeah, this BG is just... Oh, it's still got another 8 minutes. That's one of those things, too, where... I mean, you could potentially leave it. I mean, I already got my conquest. Yeah. I guess I'll hang in there for now, but... Yes, you did. You absolutely did. Holy cow, everybody's clustered over there. Damn. Okay, we broke through the tower. Yeah. Anyhow, maybe Stotts now understands why you and I are confused. Like me, like I said, I'm French and Slavic. Again, that's not really confusing. Really. Because obviously, somewhere in my family, I had a great-grandfather or whatever that was more on the Slavic side, and then the other side was simply French, right? So I'm essentially a mutt. I'm a mix. And it's the French in me that makes me a little crazy. What the hell? Your cat? What? Your cat right now just killed your dog. Come on now. See, that made more sense to me, what Haruki said. Oh, everybody's on this side now. I can't keep up. I feel like leaving this battleground, to be honest. I don't know, I've seen some cats. And it depends on the dog. If the dog's just like a little poodle, and the cat is some, like, whatever. Man, this is a terrible, terrible battleground. I mean, I got a lot of conquest out of it, but... I feel like it's just a bunch of running around doing absolutely nothing. Because they all have, like, vehicles, and we have, like, none. We have, like, 2 vehicles. They have, like, 17. Tanks rolling around are just running us over. Yes, you did. Apparently, Adolfo's cat ran, and his whole family came out of nowhere. And his cat made the dog die by biting it multiple times. Yeah. Something's not adding up here. I'm just saying. I am just saying. It's a little bit weird. Something like Lornell Gibson would say. That's very Lornell Gibson-like commentary. Who the hell popped me out of stealth? The only thing my cat can kill is cats and dogs, also birds. It was his whole family jumped the dog. What? So your cat has a family of cats, and they all banded together like a pack of wolves, and they just mauled the dog to death. Yeah, something's not adding up here. I'm just saying. Straight up. Something's fishy here. Something is definitely going on. Stotts, don't start, seems legit. That better be sarcasm, I hear. Alright, this is absolutely... Well, it's done in 3 minutes, so there you go. So generally, battlegrounds that are epic don't end up being this crappy. But it just kind of shows you that sometimes it can happen. It could be very slow. Yeah, but are you keeping all these cats? And what the hell would make a bunch of cats randomly just charge a dog? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Fucking weird shit there is all I'm saying. So it's instances like this that'll make you kind of miss. That little bitch. He had really good gear. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of something. Apparently a lot of steroids, too. Human growth hormones. Well, there's 1 minute left. Wow, what a slow-ass battleground this was. Or something. Maybe he gets all his energy from claiming all the dog souls. No, we're over you being Mexican and being confused about... Now we're confused about your cat. You bring a lot of confusion. I was over the Mexican thing long ago. Now I'm on the cat thing. How the cats just banded together and... Yeah, neuter the cat. For sure. There we go. It's done. Right about now. But I still got 471 honor for that. 150 conquest.
Time may pass, but if there exists a way to break the
Cast
Drust's
the emerald.
curse, Ulfar will know of it. Seek his wisdom.
Well, let's see what happens here. Oh, there you go.
We strike back against the darkness.
Well then. See, here I can fly because it's a different expansion. This was actually last expansion. You guys probably, if there's anybody in here that's seen me stream before, you've probably seen me here before doing my daily PvPs between Zandalar and Kultiris. So that's why I can fly here, because I got the achievement back in the day. So I'll probably turn this in, and then I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, to be honest. It's 6:14. I mean, I could technically go another 3 hours if I wanted, but I don't. No offense, I really, really don't. I used to do a lot of PvP here. There was PvP objectives and stuff. Now this place is dead, obviously, because everybody's on the new continent now. I kind of feel like just flying around. Because, I mean, I did 2 battlegrounds. I did some questing. I know. I know. It's interesting. So anyhow, on a lighter note, I'm having fun. So I'm going to go turn in this quest. Again, that has us revisiting last expansion's map. And like I mentioned earlier, I like how they do that sometimes, where you'll follow your storyline, but it can still have you traveling around a little bit, going to older parts of the game. Because this was a zone I really liked. It's very, like, gothic-y and eerie. I just like it. Place the fetish. What? Downstairs. Okay, let's go downstairs then. I'm stuck. Oh, I see. It won't let me jump off. But I can sneak by all these little bastards. There we go. Now we're talking. That's what I love about stealthing. Nah, you can't see me.
Pitiful mortal that witnessed all.
Holy mama. The hell's this thing been feeding on? Take it easy, Adolfo. This was supposed to be a simple quest turn-in, but I've been lured in a cave. NyQuil. Some good shit. Big N, small Y, big fucking Q. I can see you, Adolfo. I'm not blind. I do watch the chat, you know. There we go. No, the gin didn't come. Neither did the juice. The gin and juice. Nothing ever came. Nothing ever comes. My time will come when my body says it's time to go. Not when somebody else decides it's my time. It doesn't work that way. So I'm not worried about it. Many have spoken of a supposed tale where I die on their watch by their hands. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Not if I don't allow it. Anyways, I'm just kind of turning this in and not too sure what to do. Because I do get kind of drained a little bit fast, but that's also because I still kind of feel like I don't really have a sense of direction. You know? But I will say, only having 6 people in your stream is a lot more relaxing than if I had like 60. Because then I'd be like, oh boy, what do I do now? You know? See what I mean? Inside the cave. Good thing I can just fly around it. Fly around the mountain. Imagine if I was on foot trying to go around this. This would be an absolute nightmare. That's what I'm getting at. That's why I like flying a lot more. No. Oh, it is. Okay, there. Wow, if I was on foot...
My wisdom is not for the faint of heart.
That wouldn't have gone well. But yeah, I like this map though. From the last expansion, it was good. It's pretty sweet. Like just like the whole environment of it is very nice. Drustvar was one of my favorite zones actually. Very like autumn-like. Fall Haven, that's fitting. Feels like Halloween-like. You know, with all the leaves, autumn. At least if you live in a part of the world where you actually have autumn as a season. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I am getting pretty tired. What to do? Let me check something out. Oh, it's been over an hour. Again, it never fails. Every time I hit about an hour, that's where I kind of get a little bit worn out, I find. Damn MacBook is not cooperating with me. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I think I might be coming to the end of the stream. Or I'll just kind of ramble on about nothing for a few minutes.
Hail, mortal.
And then on my own...
She slumbers for now, though her dreams offer little
What do you
solace.
fight for?
I will
find a way
probably
to
go
reside
play
in
some
the
Call
den
of Duty after I take a
Grove.
break for a few
We'll
minutes.
meet you there.
Enter the cave. No, actually, I'm not going to enter the
blames
cave.
himself for this misfortune. I fear guilt may overwhelm him.
I think everybody vanished. Even better. I get to go and vanish now. God, my chair is so uncomfortable. I think if I had a more comfortable chair, I'd be more prone to wanting to stream a bit longer. It is ridiculously uncomfortable sitting in this chair like long periods of time. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I think everybody vanished. Who's still left in here? I have no idea. Oh, I have a $300 chair. It's still a piece of shit. I've had $600-700 gaming chairs. They were pieces of shit. I need something that's on wheels that I can turn, but that's incredibly comfortable. Omega chairs, I've been told, can be pretty comfortable. Oh man, it makes me miserable. Dream Cove, Grizzly Hill, Feralis, Duskwood, Hinterlands. Feralis. I mean, there won't be much going on. But I'll go through here just a little bit. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to get one. I think. Not necessarily for my key, I just mean in general. I've been wanting to get a new computer, as everybody knows. But what's the point in having a really good computer if I feel like I'm dying because of how much pain I'm in? That's no good. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I got a new computer. I can stream at 60 frames. Oh, wait, I can't sit here longer than, you know, such and such an amount of time. Yeah, it just blows my mind the different amount of chairs that I've tried. And they just all suck. Like, just absolute trash. Like those DX Racer chairs, I tried them. I sat in them. Mind you, at the time I exceeded the weight limit. Maybe that was why, I don't know. I know that some of them have a weight limit, and that's probably why. It's either because it won't be as comfortable if you're over a certain weight, or because the chair could break. It's one of them. So we've got a human mage there. We've got a few people here. That's PvP. We definitely don't want to arouse the NPCs because they will flag you for PvP. Hey, there's some people here. There we go. I helped them out. I like that. Just bam! Moonfire, they're dead. This place. Oh, man. The amount of memories I have here, unbelievable. The amount of PvP that's happened here. Can't hit him, obviously, because I'm not flagged for PvP, but... More Latham. This guy is an elite. Back in the day, anybody that would be around his level, he's an NPC, he's an elite, he would kill you. You needed like 3 or 4 people to kill him. Exactly. He's gone a little soft. Yeah, I think everybody vanished. Stotts, if you're still in here. Which is fine, because like I said, I'm starting to get pretty uncomfortable, and I'm squirming around in my chair, and it's pissing me off. Because I have been at my computer a lot today, plus I was playing guitar as well. I was jamming along on YouTube for almost like over an hour. Yeah, I might as well just take off. As well, like I said, I am getting a bit tired. I want to play some Call of Duty, some American Truck Simulator, and just kind of like, you know what I mean, zone out, not have to worry about chat or nothing. And there's just nobody left in here. like I said, the streams around this time, around 5 or 6 o'clock up to 6:30 in the afternoon, they're definitely not doing well at all. But I'm testing it out. Like I said, I didn't want to stream twice a day anymore. When I used to do the 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. thing, it was just too much. Way, way, way too much. But yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be back tonight. I might be around tomorrow. I'm just not too sure. February was a terrible month for me. Financially for YouTube. Like, it was absolute garbage. Like I said, it was probably one of the worst months I've had ever since I began getting monetized. So I'm not too sure if this month if I should focus a bit more on regular uploads and kind of pass up on streaming and just focus on uploading content, trying to find stuff that can get me some views, or what. I'm not too sure. But at least I'll do this for a little bit. Like I said, I'm subbed for a month. I'll do World of Warcraft, do like I've been doing, some questing, mix it up with some PvP, some cruising around, just relaxing, you know what I mean? That's really the main thing this is for me. And I'll just kind of see how it goes, and by the end of the month, I think by then I'll have a much better feeling as to whether or not I want to keep going with World of Warcraft or not. But yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by for whoever is left in here. Good time for me to sneak away. I was going to stick around for a little bit more, but whatever. And maybe I'll be around tomorrow. Probably around the same time. Around maybe 5 p.m. Eastern time. So maybe a little bit like after I have my supper. I'll kind of see how it goes. Alright, bye for now.